Well, last season they had a very good discipline in this TS Galaxy team, and they're hoping that this season they carry on where they left off. Well, it's all system go between the two sides. Well, TS Galaxy from the right to the left of your screen, and Usutu on the left to the right of your screen. This is the first half that is about to start, and just getting underway. Tape Ira delaying with the kicking of the ball here. SS Diski is the hashtag for all your sentiments in all your social platforms. Share your views and your thoughts about the game. If you've got predictions, you're more than welcome to share them too. Now already playing from the back. That is Usutu with the white kids. I mean, a pull extend coming deep to collect here. Going down to Keegan Allen, former Mamelodi Sundowns man. Also played with Amatax, that is Keegan Allen. Richard Ofori also was with Orlando Pirates for a good 5 to 6 years. That is Richard Ofori. Now he's out at AmaZulu. His other team that he played for was... now look at the movement here. Pull extends, first touch a bit heavy. It's going to be very difficult for a player to control the ball, especially after just drizzled and just gotten the surface slightly slippery. So anyone who's got position of the ball needs to make sure that they can control it fully and they can hold on to it as best as they can, because it can just slide away and find yourself making those big mistakes at the back. That is the current challenge. Keegan Allen is feeling pressure now. Here's pressure coming from TS Galaxy. Just mentioned it's a bit slippery, so you need to be extra careful when you're controlling the ball, and your start's to be strong enough. Usutu trying to crack away. TS Galaxy committing a foul. Now man to commit a foul is Usbande. There's a far off from his position, and he commits a foul in the opponent's half. Yeah, that is Usbande. There's a lost position from Khatebe with a turn here. Stayed on his feet, that Khatebe, and a turn to Spande. Now Spande was forced to face his goal post, and as he was trying to just stick his foot in, it became a challenge because Spande had opened his foot wide. Ball is played at the back here. Usutu finds Ofori. Allen is wide. Ofori sends it to the center. Kutumela receives. He's got good control, Kutumela, but this time around does not really get position of the ball here. Matuna versus Kutumela in the center. Ball is hosted up, looking for Velase. Now Feliz towers up, denies the access to Velase. Now Hanemub. He's got an option to play the extends, opened in, but forcing himself to go back to Mtetwa, to rather Ntamane. Mahlangu. Now Velas is the man on the ball here. Matuna, too casual. Ball is stolen. Usutu on the attack here. Kutumela sends it wide. Finds XTN. Now XTN has got an option to take a shot. Sends it wide. Still Usutu in position. One of the Usutu players is on the ground here. Crosses pierced in. Yeah. Trying to get a turn. Bounces off the opponent's Hanemub. Going for a cross. Yeah. Not really convincing with the cross. That is Hanemub. Very instrumental player coming from the left. That is Hanemub with the pace. 2021 as 2021-2020 season. AmaZulu were the runners-up. Now Pirates winning the championship here is Undamane, the man who needs some attention for TS Galaxy. Tuki's lifted his shirt off. I think he might be having a challenge with his lower back here. That is Kuluman Ndamane, very key at the back for TS Galaxy. He's been playing most of the games. That's Ndamane, hoping he's able to stretch the lower back and just continue with the game. It does not affect the TS Galaxy defense, because now Adnan Begovic wouldn't want to lose a center back right now, and so early too. That is Adnan. So you need to make sure that well, he's got some strapping on his lower back. That is Kuluman Ndamane. Well, the options are there on the bench for TS Galaxy. Likes of Onke Mule Chimedi Omar, Samori Keita to Tando Nkosi is also in the mix of things. Ndamane has to shuffle his way around into the center and run and just try to get back and continue the game too. That is Ndamane. Ball is hoisted long by Tape Ira, but does not really land on any of the TS Galaxy players. Osbande, left wing back for TS Galaxy. Ball is played on the far side now. Puso Ditejane dropping in to come and collect here. Tape Ira sends it long, wants no trouble his way. That's a Tape Ira looking for Mvelase. Kigenalen to the rescue. Sutu in control, but he's not facing the right direction here. Bit of handling in the center here, pulling Mbanja. So that man, that is Umkaka. Kaka's role is very key, right next to Mbunjane, or someone else to follow. Mbunjane sends it back to Tape Ira. Ira's clearance, inviting Tabo. First touch, not of the greatest from Isutu, man. Spande collects, sends it wide now. TS Galaxy launching a long missile to Puso Ditejane. Lifts his head up, sets up a good pass. Yeah, keeper comes out. Great save from Ofori. Honeymoon turns it to ball here. Great counter-attack from TS Galaxy. Now, great movement coming from TS Galaxy. From wide, Feliz loses position of the ball here. Matuna with the pass again. Ditejane claims to be onside. Ball rolls to Richard Ofori. Allen opens wide. Feliz makes a call nearby, but goes wide. Tumtetwa. Extien, good pass sent to Extien. No one to help him receive the ball here. Mbunjane, Mlungisim Mbunjane. Mbunjane goes wide. Fischer. Now the delay of the movement and forces Mbunjane to then go back here. Ball is sent into the box. Feliz with the clearance. Osutu with the attack now. Kutumela in control. He's got the support to be on the counter-attack here as Khatebe. Kutumela right behind Khatebe, delays his pass. TS Galaxy regrouping. Khatebe making a box entry. Ball is wide. Honeymoon is open wide. Looking for an option in the box here. Good pass in. He's onside. Heavy on the pass coming from Honeymoon. But a great idea and a great movement that Osutu were trying to unlock here since TS Galaxy on the counter-attack. And Osutu also just coming back with the counter-attack too. Now Keegan Allen, and there's no club that he played for and has never gotten a red card. That is Keegan Allen. And this match, this season has not gotten one, I believe. That's Keegan Allen. So he'll be very much disciplined for TS Galaxy. Well, for Coach Arthaswane, a home win means everything for him. Now he's hoping for an away win here. Well, they're familiar with the weather conditions, so both teams might have adjusted. TS Galaxy were playing out in Richards Bay just a couple of days ago and played in the rain too. So they might have adjusted to the weather condition, the wet weather conditions that currently is faced by the two teams. So adjusting is already done. Tape Ira sending long, looking for the runner wide. Mahlambi. Now Mahlambi is already in the goal scorers books this season. That's Paramani Mahlambi's younger brother. Keegan Allen launching long. Extien was making the run. It lands in the center. Mbunjane puts control on it. Playing it swiftly too. That's Mbunjane. Now Feliz. Idea looked promising, but too heavy on the cross. So that is Hendrik Feliz. is to make sure that the Siatumuza family are the family that's celebrating more here for TS Galaxy on this special day, special occasion. The Siatumuza family came out in numbers with their respective traditional colors. Very colorful culture too. The KwaNdebele-based club owner, that is a team Sugahazi, embracing his culture and the diversity that comes with it. Can we see some diverse performance here from Mvelase? Now, is that an idea to take a shot at goal? That is Mvelase. Has converted to a number 9 and seems to be staying up front, the senior man. That is Mvelase. Still in play for Usuthu. Making more movement in the center. Likes of Hlangabesa and Mbanjwa. Tetwa. The build-up from the back, Hanimu attacking in, throwing Phillies in here. A promising move, but not really getting it right as Usuthu players. Now Mahlangu collided with Ngwenya there, and Ngwenya now launching a protest so that there was not really much contact coming from him, but the match official picked it up and was quickly to call a foul against Usuthu. Ball is nice. Mahlambi's on side. Mahlambi! Ofori beaten by Mahlambi. Oh, let me tell you, he's on a roll, is Mahlambi. Making more and more interest, says the Seluleko Mahlambi. Well, Engiti case. Malacosta by Mahlambi. Well, the young and the restless, the forever Speedy Gonzalez is Mahlambi. Oh, great assist coming from the center back here. He was on side. Well-timed run. Beats Richard Ofori with a chip. Great first touch too. And just putting it over the goalkeeper. 4th goal of the season for the youngster. 1st season in the Petro Premiership. And already is making his name known here. He's introducing himself really well here. Another TSTV Diski Challenge graduate is this young man, Seluleko Mahlambi. And already he's scored 4 goals for his team. What a time to be alive in the World of Champions. On its 30th celebration, it continues to be amazing football. TS Galaxy 1 and Usuthu 0. First half continues. How will things play out as a TS Galaxy have taken the lead here by the young star Mahlambi? Well, the attempts 2 for TS Galaxy 1 coming from AmaZulu, and on target was just 1. That is a TS Galaxy's attack. Now Pule Extien has to dig deep. Pule Extien has to find a way to crack the defense of TS Galaxy. Can the tower of TS Galaxy, Ndamane and Mahlangu, allow any of the Usuthu players to break through Tape era, to break through the defense of TS Galaxy? Ball is played to Spande. Usuthu are far off, but the pressing pays off. Giving TS Galaxy too much space. Now Ednan did say that he would like to get a win on a Heritage Day for the KwaNdebele nation, the Naspoti nation too, brother tribe that is. Want to make sure that these players are performing it to the utmost best. That is Ednan making very impressive movements in terms of his starting 11. Coach Athazwane, can he respond with something here? Matuna, guarded by Mbunjana, chips it over the defense, looking for Mvelase. Supporting structure coming from Aditejane, just behind Mvelase with the run. Well, the band will be extra loud And they won't stop playing these songs coming from the fans. So our Kaizer Chiefs and Marumo Gallants. That's one aside here. So 1-1, Marumo Gallants were able to equalize. Orbit College and Polokwane City still 0-0. Skukune and Chipa 0-0 too. Stellies 0-0 against the Durban City. TS Galaxy are leading AmaZulu. Lamanville Colonaros one against the current Betway Premiership champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, by a goal to 0 here. Ball is wide. Hanemoob collects. Detejan is trying to cover space. Hanemoob with the control here. Sends a cut back in. XTN has got an option here. Pass it in. Kutumela. Now, this will be an attempt to take a shot too far off. Phillies, very ambitious too with that strike. Hanemoob. So two players are still good in the box. Tlangabeza wants to connect for Usutu. Allen. Oh, Keegan Allen's pass is too heavy. Selulego Mahlambo will be the jolliest young man here to get the opening goal between the two sides. Well, the young man is hoping to hold on as strong as he can and see if he won't be nominated as one of the youngest footballers of the season. That's Mahlambi. Only takes great performance, dedication and discipline. Hanemoob plays it short, exchange. Now sets up Hanemoob. Wants to go for a goal here. Now here's a bicycle kick. But it lacks the power to beat Tapeira. Well watched by Tapeira. Not really having much access, that is the Phillies. Now here's a ball in. Velas versus Allen. Ofori comes out. It's the beaten goalkeeper now. Keegan Allen. 40. Pace of the game is not disappointed, rather very interesting with the performance. Yeah. Damane with the header. He knows Thabiso Kutumela very well here. Oh, launch long, yeah. Spander. Atuna. They turn here. Well, TS Galaxy, while the game is playing, I think on their socials, they've just announced their player that they've signed. That is Merdi Umari. Very physical in the performance here. Spande looking for Velase. Ditejane piercing through two players. Pule extend receives. He's got an option to play it wide. Now, Osutu on the attack here. Trying to get something, but the weight of the pass is too heavy. Will be a bit of a concern for Osutu to attack. Making a great movement to Mbandwa. But the weight of the pass is just heavy. And a bit of a concern for Coach Athazwane. His team can do something here. His team. Sitting down and watching very closely. Ball is gone long. Keegan Allen with the jump here. Usutu got control of the ball. Mena's making a very vital role in the center too. The Zumkaka. Sent to the back for Suit to restart. Tetwa. Hlangabeza is attacking in to assist as the central defensive midfield, looking for an option here. Kutumela's control. Feliz has pushed forward. Hlangabeza sitting deep as a centre back. Good confidence coming from Hlangabeza. Tetwa sends it wide with a pass, looking for Khatebe. Spande denies access of that ball. I think Usut are playing rather very well when they rotating the passes just on the ground here and creating those moments. Ofori intending to send it long, looking for Ngwenya. Lands on Fisher. Turn from Ditejane. It's got an option of Ditejane to switch sides, but Fisher makes the call. Going all the way back to restart the play here. Munjana is involved. TS Galaxy now coming the game. Matuna keeping position of the ball here. Back to Tape Ira. Played all the games this season at Tape Ira. So comes with a lot of experience in this match as things are looking good for him. Mkaka with a touch. Mahlambi thought maybe you'd pierce away with this one, but Keegan Allen was quick to defuse. Now he's down. Well, Usu to continue with their play here. Keegan Allen delaying to take out the ball here. Just thinking that maybe Mahlambi is wasting time now that they've got the lead, but the young man's got some pain on him. Looks as though he wants to even take out his boot out. That's Mahlambi. Here's the incident, and that's where the contact came from. Well, the person that slipped on the surface is Feliz, and he caught the young man, that's Mahlambi. Now the leading duration this season, if you take how TS Galaxy and just to take the lead, that's 34%. Well, anywhere, anytime on your phones, the hashtag continues to be SSDiski. And this is the Sia Dumuza family, the Guantabela nation, with their traditional colors, celebrating the Heritage Day on the 30th anniversary of Super Sport. What a time to be alive to share these celebrations. Now, this young man wants to continue with his play, but his jog is not really convincing enough to say that there's shaken the pain off. But what would you say? When you want it, you want it. When it's yours here. 20% chances of TS Galaxy trailing from behind. AmaZulu just 7% chances of them trailing from behind. Or in this match might be a challenge for them. That is also too with the 7% might increase. Mahlambi. Now once it takes a bounce and slides off, you'll be having a very difficult time in the winning position of the ball here. Well, 38% of them leveling things up. That is Osutu. So the potential is there. One-0 is the most common scoreline this season. I've seen a team winning 1-0 19 times in the Betway Premiership this season. Oh, Keegan Allen with Mahlambi, it's going to be a very interesting battle between the two players. It's pace versus experience. Set piece. Mkaka stands on the ball, sends it through. Ofori comes out, collects and drops. But nothing to trouble Richard Ofori this time around. Quickly plays in the center here. Another player gone down of TS Galaxy. And they're not happy at all, and a yellow card has been served here to Mbanja. So getting a yellow card for this incident. That's Mbanja who made the contact in this instance. Well, it's a yellow card from Bandra. It's the first yellow of the match. He's not happy with the call too. That is Umbandra. He caught that man, that is Ndamane. He's also trying to charge back, that is Ndamane. It'll be interesting to see how things will play out for the likes of Ndamane. There's the man with the yellow card, as Umbandra. Our national team has been called up, and a few players in TS Galaxy squad have gotten an invitation here to be part of the national team. Well, they make an impression to a point that they are considered on the traveling squad, or the preliminary squad has come out for the national team. And Kulumane Daman is one of the players who got a call in the national team, so you wouldn't want this injury to affect him and the invitation that he got. Or Keegan Allen also, as a player mentioned in the national team preliminary round, while troubled by Mahlambi. Mahlambi sends it to Ditejan. Touch from Hanimu, gives out a corner kick here. Our coach Hugo Bruce is spoiled for choice if you look at the player performance and how some of the players have made an impression and deserving of a national team call-up. The likes of Keletso Magalo, Devin Titus, the players just to make mention. Well, South Africa has been crying and calling for Devin Titus and Keletso Magalo. All the preliminary rounds have been announced, and they're here to tell their story. Good height on the ball here. Fori with the collection. He knows what Mbunjana can do. Forces his way in at Mbunjana. Fori sending it long, looking for Kutumela, but could not really land it on Kutumela. Mbunjana tells them to calm the tempo now and see how they can play out and just launch themselves forward with the counter-attack. The goalkeeper seen less of the ball in the last 10 minutes as Tapeira, likes of first Bande, would be of interest, seeing how things are just playing out for him. Now 28 minutes gone and the very little drizzles are just coming out, and luckily they're not affecting the current game underway here, but it might just affect the pace of the ball, the speed of the ball if you don't have control. Ball is in the center. Usutu want to crack something here. Ball is wide to extend. Sends a pass. Options in the box. Drives it in. Tapeira collects. Well, Kutumela is at the right place. And he can create good moments, Kutumela, as he finds himself finishing things very strong too. That is Otabiso Kutumela. Team Sugazi is a role here. And the supporters are coming in and just always with the mic on the hand. And a great performance too. That's the man between the sticks. The top areas. Now TS Galaxy 1 and AmaZulu. No. Now the man had to save a penalty too. That's a Tape era. And, the match that they were playing, so comes with a lot of experience. Just before the draw of the Culling knockouts, the Culling Black Label Knockout Championship, that is. The Betway Player of the Month is Puso Ditejane. 5 games, 3 goals, and 2 assists came from Puso Ditejane. The man that also collected an accolade is Matuna. Collected the player of the match. Tape Ira. A very bad clearance of the ball, yeah. XTN. Now Hanimub is in the box, cuts it in. Ira collects. Came off the foot of Damane. But nothing to trouble the goalkeeper here. Look at the movement. XTN setting up Hanimub. But great position too from Tape Ira. Paul finds Damane. Turn from Mvelase in a territory that he's familiar with. Young man not getting full control of the ball this time around. That is Selulego Mahlambi. Trying to get control of the ball and just get himself on a good movement while he was making that run, but nothing really convincing. Keegan Allen is barely charged forward, that is Keegan Allen. So it would be a bit of a concern for his team because he's used to just breaking away and trying to force things up front. That is Keegan Allen. Hard move and extend. Combination play. Kutumela with escape. Banjo. I needed to go for a hit at goal here. That is Banjo. Coach of the Swan in not so happy mood because now the players are just missing opportunities up front that they should be converting, and seeing that they do get forward but struggle with their finish. Extend with their turn, sends it wide to Kutumela. Kutumela denied by Tape Ira. Ira is on a very different era of his football career this season. That is the Tape era. Tabiso Kutumela, great control and dropping the shoulder pretty well. But the finish is somewhat disappointing him here. Look at the movement and getting the ball with the glimpse of the goalkeeper. Loses Ndamane. And as he tried to just wrap his foot around the ball, Tape Ira was at the right place and at the right time. Honeymoon sets himself up to take this corner kick. He's got height on the box. Allen is there. Ball is far wide. Philly is looking for something. Damane comes out. Ball is sent wide now. Kutumela chips it into the box. Damane with the tower. Matuna clears it out of danger. Mahlambi wants to take them on a pace. Mahlambi's got the pace. Option is the Tejane. Mahlambi's pass is diffused. Now also to putting everything on the line here, having sent players forward, and the members of his team are still shuffling back here. Matuna Ball is wide. Crossing! Oh, but does not find Pusori Tejane. No, player of the month. And a player that's been called into the national team, that's Pusori Tejane. Last time a match finished by a 0-0, and was on the 7th of December, where TS Galaxy beat AmaZulu by a 0-0. Back in 2023, AmaZulu beat TS Galaxy 1-0. Mkaka, Bujanas, good space, Mahlambi collects. There's options in the box for Mahlambi. Delays his pass here. TS Galaxy have got the lead. 35 minutes gone here. Sent to Feliz. Back to Mahlambi. Nothing to move forward. Forced to restart. And a draw also to drive out of their half here. That is TS Galaxy are forced to now delay the movement. Bunjana. Velas is deep. If you're used to Velas's real position is in the center. But look at where he is now as a target man. That is the number 9. He just drops too deep and plays in his original position, that is the central defensive midfield. Tapeira with the clearance, looking for this man on the side. That's Sibande. Kutumela sets up a good pass. Usutra in the box here. Now Matuna covering so much ground and denying Mbanjwa the control. This man on their previous match won the player of the match, that is Umatuna. So in this match, he has to put in a game. You're only as good as your last game. So Matuna needs to lift up his performance and find himself on a greater display of his football. Adnan has got the upper hand here. Now Hanimub sends it to for chance again for Kutumela. Always just cheating his way when there's a set piece. Mahlambi, still Mahlambi stays on his feet this time around. That's Mahlambi. 2 players on him. Allen, as well as now sends the ball into the box here. That's Salulego Mahlambi. Usutu want to be on the counter attack. Hanimub combines with Pule Extend. Ball is played pretty well here. But Soldiers and Army and the Siatumuza crew are creating a great wall that cannot be accessed by the Usutu tribe. The Usutu spear not coming in the way they'd hoped that they would break through. Oh, there's still time on the clock. This is first half after all. Feliz, Extien, Keegan Allen. Allen's pass might be heavy. Man chasing the ball there, that's Ungwenya. So seen very minimal of the ball, that's Ungwenya up front. So need to find a better way of locating the man up front. Maybe he can create moments that will really upset Tapeira, but he's on an era of his own. That's the goalkeeper of TS Galaxy with the performance and display he's had in this match. Great 1v1 moments. Great position whenever TS, rather Usutra on the ball here. Spande sends it back to Ndamane. Tapeira makes the call. Ndamane is opened wide. Ira sends it long to the young man that is Mahlambi. Hanimub denies that movement. Feliz. Allen is wide. Feliz is launching long. Hanimub receives. There's a movement from Kutumela, but not really getting full control of the ball. That's Tabiso Kutumela. Hanimub launching long with the throw here. Gwenya. Gwenya in. Ball is far wide. Man to receive here. Zukhatebe. But not of the greatest touches coming from Khatebe. Not convincing enough too with the crosses. Coach has run now to look at how his players and balls are just doing things here. Seems to be a challenge when they get to the final third. Phillies communicates, sent to Ofori. Ofori sends it forward. Osuta looking for something here. Handemove is in control. Kutumela comes deep to receive, yeah. Phillies. The role of Phillies is very interesting. Just seeing how he drops deep. Now, there's a challenge here. His teammate has got a boot in the hand, and the ball is on the position that is Umtetwa. Keegan Allen cannot afford to pass Umtetwa. And Umtetwa needs to get his boot sorted out here. Ball is wide. Gwenya whips it in. But still, not finding the issue to colors. Both the chances that they're trying to create. There's a great movement coming from Ngwenya. Now shifting wide. He caught Spande while he was jumping for the ball here. Ngwenya seems as though he had one position of the ball too, but the match referee sees it differently. Tape era. Goalkeepers with the most clean sheets. Tape era. So has got one clean sheet on him and has considered 6 goals so far this season. Matlambi wants to combine with Matuna. Now Mbunjana has got an option to play Fisher's wide. Mbunjana is wide to send across. Denied access completely there. Great movement though coming from TS Galaxy. Tetwa, the man was putting a very great shift defensively. This man was rather making sure that he's solid enough and just denies every excess that might be coming his way here. AmaZulu 2 clean sheets out of the matches they've played. That is the Richard Ofori's. The goalkeeper just 1 clean sheet as Tape era. Oh, the man in charge tending to control. Now good cross in here. So nobody to receive with the blue shirt. Gets another chance from Gaka here. Ofori with a catch. Wants to catch them on a counter. Rolls it quickly. Osutu looking for something here. 3 minutes before half time. Movement looking really good. Sends it far wide. Looking for XT and pass might have been heavy. Flag is up for offside too. Caught Pulo XT and offside. So it's even shocked that he was caught offside. That's Pulo XT. He knows that had he made a good, well-timed run, would have caused an upset for TS Galaxy. Mumbai would have gotten an equalizer in this match. Handemove inviting trouble his way. That's Handemove. Fisher was the man pulled. Lost position of the ball, that's Handemove. And he found himself pulling Fisher with that attack. Darren Johnson is the man with the 3 clean sheets on you, so wow. When you know how to dance, you can also listen to the brass band, the TS Galaxy brass band. Kaka sends across. Keegan Allen with the fight. It looked as though Keegan Allen was the player going to head the ball towards goal here, but he was trying to save it from getting into the TS Galaxy players. Before having a conference with these players. 45 minutes has lapsed. And only a minute will be added here. Ofori comes out. Oh, he's been very successful with his catches so far. That's Richard Ofori. Puts the ball down, but the pass is not convincing. Ball lands on Mkaka. Fisher's the one at the back. Fisher opens wide. Tape Ira to set up a pass. Sends it to Puso Ditejane, but too heavy with the pass. Well, Coach Adan has got a good touch. Having a good control on the ball here. Keegan Allen calls for the ball. Feliz as a sitting between Ofori. Bit worried on how far the Phillies player just came deep to collect the ball here. Keegan Allen wants to pierce it through the players. Ndamane denies that access of the ball. That's Kulirani Ndamane, former Kaizer Chiefs, the DSTV Disc Challenge player that is. Now the half-time whistle has been blown here between the two sides. It's been a good first half, and the man will go to the change room with a smile on his face as the Seluleko Mahlambi with a great performance. Litejan has seen less of the ball. Velas has seen less of the ball. Bunjan has been ushering in the center alongside Mkaka and Matuna. Smart, a great day in the office too for TS Galaxy. Well, also to Nation. When your front barely seen the ball. Kutumela, golden opportunity came his way. Pule extend making those important runs alongside Khatebe. Who will it be at second half? Well, as first half is concerned, TS Galaxy won and Usu 2-0 at halftime. Well, it continues to be Heritage Day here at Mbombela Stadium. TS Galaxy 1 and AmaZulu rather, no. I was about to say Amatlambi. It's Matlambi, the goal scorer, that just gave the team the lead here. It's still pouring with not pouring, because pouring is rather very big in terms of just explaining the weather condition. However, the drizzles are not really affecting much in terms of the fans' positioning, and as well as the players. Well, the only thing that might be affected is the conditions of the pitch. It will be very slippery, but the players have adjusted to the conditions, and all they need now is to take control and take ownership of the game. Can TS Galaxy score the second goal here, led by Mlungi Simbujana, or Usutu are going to get themselves returning the favor and leveling things up? Well, Matlambi has been the influential player. Coach Adnan has put so much trust on the young man, and seeing him perform in this manner is rather very impressive for TS Galaxy. Well, Richard Ofori, former Orlando Pirates goalkeeper, has considered yet another goal here, and is hoping that he does not really allow more goals to come his way. For Usutu, coming from a win at home, it's a bit of a concern for them now that they're playing away and they've not scored a goal in this match. Well, Mbombela Stadium, second half kicks off. TS Galaxy have the lead. Usutu are chasing. Ball is launched long. TS Galaxy 1 and Usutu no. We'll see how the second half plays out and the player positions. Well, the hashtag is SSDiski on your social platforms. Tape Ira with the least clean sheets under his belt. Just one clean sheet he has. Spande receives. TS Galaxy making a movement. Puso Tejan denied by Keegan Allen. Ball is in the center. Usutu now making a movement. Looks promising here. Gwenya with a pass. A bit heavy to find XDN. Tape Ira with a slip. Now clearance from Ira not really convincing. Matlambi. Velase. He's got an option here to find Mkaka. Ball is with Mkaka. The Tejan wants to tack in. Spander's making a run. Receives the ball here. Can he launch across? Now sends it through, but Ofori has done a great job in the office, winning most of the balls there. AmaZulu, no change made yet. Gwenya, Klongo, still the players to look out for. Kutumela, as well as XTN and Khatebe up front. Ball in position of TS Galaxy. Matuna, Velase losing position. Shanga Beza cools it down. Phillies sends it to Ofori. Ofori with the drive now, sends it wide. Man receiving is Okhatebe. They're not giving him much space. Mkaka keeps the ball on him. The Tejan is on side. Doesn't have the strongest left. He forces himself to tack in now. Options to go for goal here. Gives Matuna. Ooh, great attempt. Coming from Matuna. Totally unexpected, but very venomous. As Richard Ofori was put to test. He's putting in shift and a half in the office. That is Richard Ofori. There's the attempt. Very patient with the play here. Lifts his head up and just makes it slide off of the grass. He knows that it might affect the man between the sticks. That is Ofori. Now, ball has gone out here. TS Galaxy are hoping for something that will favor them, something that will come their way. Well, Usutu coaches are up on their feet here, giving more instructions. Fisher going back here, that is Fisher. Tape Ira with the clearance, left and right, strong enough. Battle between Velase's pass. Matlambi's on side. Matlambi's on side. Sets up the Teja and the own goal by Keegan. So own goal by Keegan Allen. But the man to force everything here is Matlambi. Baya Dumuz are indeed, as the TS Galaxy faithfuls in their home ground are making it profitable for TS Galaxy. And the young man, Selulego Matlambi, Coach Atazwane will be defeated, will be in disbelief that Coach Atazwane. Here's the movement here. Mahlambi great one. Not selfish enough, wanted to play. Puso Ditejan, Kian Allen. Intentions were not to score at home here. But his instincts rather told him to go down and try and create that moment to block the ball, but it wasn't to be for him. Now, Keegan Allen scores the own goal for Osutu. Wait and see how they're going to respond to this. Pule Extien, TS Galaxy 2, and AmaZulu 0. Ball is with Honeymoon. Osutu looking for an option in the box. Munchane with the clearance. Still live before Osutu. Honeymoon in the center. First touch, not of the strongest. Mahlambi is troubling them so much. A very strong young man, that's Selulego Mahlambi. Oh, so much character coming out of the young man. That is Selulego Mahlambi. He knows what he needs to do. He knows where to go and how to get it right. That's Selulego Mahlambi's performance. Credit must be given to the young man here. That's Selulego Mahlambi. Ball on Tape Ira. Ira with the long pass, looking for Spanda. Now, two of AmaZulu players colliding. Spanda collects, unmarked. Osutu now on their attack. Ball is wide. Kutumela. Options are in the box. But pass not strong enough. Spanda recovers. Osutu again finds Kutumela. More movement coming from Osutu. Ball is wide. AmaZulu got numbers in the box. Good touch! Oh my goodness! Denied by the crossbar here. But great movement coming from Osutu. Was that man Ungwenya who made a well-timed run here, and Kutumela forcing matters with the cross. Just not strong enough to beat the goalkeeper, but the upright really saved that man, Tape Ira, in this performance. Well, in this attack, that is. Honeymoon to the rescue. Feliz combines in the center, looking for Kutumela. Passes too heavy. Still land on the Osutu players. Mkaka wins. The Tejan is offside. Well, the player that is down is Umkaka. Now there's a card on the ref's hand. Served to Hlangabeza, that is the player that had gotten a yellow card in this match. He wants to make sure that he's served the card quite early, that is Hlangabeza. There's the incident. Stakis starts out and he caught the player. Now ball is live, switching it to Mahlambi. Mahlambi versus Honeymoon. He's got the skill too. Velase coming to assist the young man. Matuna. Ball is wide. Fisher! Not convincing with that cross coming from Fisher. A great idea though. They had numbers in the box, but the technique maybe he should have added a touch and positioned himself to take that cross very well. Now ball is with Ofori. Sends it long to Ngwenya. Ngwenya's guarded by TS Galaxy defense. Damane clears. Feliz is forced to stretch his body with all that he has. Mahlambi putting pressure on Mteto. Mteto's on a shift and a half here. That is Mteto. Now for Coach Adnan, a win would mean anything. The last time he won a game at home was when he was playing against Siwelele. So this lead means everything for Coach Adnan. Oh, ball is thrown by Fisher, but not strong enough to find Mvelase. Mahlambi is making a run, denied access now. He has a foul against Honeymoon. Collided with Mahlambi here. Happiness at its best as far as TS Galaxy supporters are concerned. The great colors are just coming out to play and just showering the players with more opportunities and blessings. While the band has not stopped playing song, it's been hit after hit after hit from the brass band from Kwamhlanga. Set piece played in here, looking for Detejan. It's got the part, put a Keller, but denied. That Keller, Detejan was trying to unleash. Extern on the attack here. Ngwenya to receive. Pass from Extern is too heavy. But behind Ngwenya, trying to locate Extern. Usu putting pressure. TS Galaxy diffusing every moment. Tape Era's been instructed now by Coach Greg Itafia that he needs to go long. Does not need to play the ball in his own half the way he has been doing. Tlangabeza, Keegan Allen, ball is wide. Tetwa. Oh, that was Khatebe, rather. That was the right with Keegan Allen. One player with the most errors in the Betway Premiership, that's Keegan Allen. The team he played for comes out with a slight error if it's not red cards. He scores on goals. It's not his first on goal scored by him. Pule Extien has to dig deep. Tape Era diffuses the pace that's coming from TS Galaxy. They've got the upper hand so far. Ball is on Keegan Allen. Mbunjana solid in the center. Kutumela wants to rush the play. Keegan Allen says he needs to pause it a little bit. Phillies. He's in the ball here. Allen driving into Hanemu. Fisher denies. Ball is with Mahlambi. Pace is going to be the order of this moment. Selulego Mahlambi. Fisher knows that he needs to stay behind. Mahlambi finds him Velase. Velase with the movement. Allen guiding Velase. Fisher. TS Galaxy on the attack here. Mgaka. Fisher. He's got an option to play Mbunjana, but goes all the way back to Mahlangu. Restarts the ball now. Tape Era sends to Mahlangu wide. TS Galaxy still got 6 men up front here. Ball is sent through. Keegan Allen to defuse. Two players are too far apart, but great turn and control from Mbanja. Mbanja looking for Kutumela. Spande to the rescue. Tape Era launching long. Looking for Mkaka once again. Tlangabeza. Tlangabeza. Hanemu is on the bike. Fisher on the rescue. Now, AmaZulu have only ever scored 1 goal away to TS Galaxy, winning by a goal to nil. That was back in 2021. They failed to score in the other 4 games away to date, that is. So, a failure to score against the TS Galaxy a number of times, 2 seasons back to back. That is Usutu. Ball is launched long here. Keegan Allen with the flick. Now a chance to find something. Now here's a ball here looking to get something. Mbunjana. Oh, great shoulder to shoulder against Phillies. Went down rather very cheaply so too. That's Phillies. Mbunjana says you're not fair with that one. Mkaka, Matuna, Fisher has to create those moments. Now Velase. Mkaka combines with Velase. Detejan is making a run. Velase wants to pinpoint to Detejan, but nothing to bother the defense of Usutu. Great work from Velase. Mkaka wants to go for a strike here. Lands on Velase. Now he's just launching himself really well. That's Velase, just trying to create those final third moments and try and crack the goalkeeper if he can. So far, that is Velase's movement. Trusted up front. Most of the time he comes off as a sub at the 75th minute. That is Velase. Usutu have lost their last 4 matches against TS Galaxy in all competitions. 3 in the league, 1 in the cutting knockouts. So they need to redeem themselves. with the play that they have. Last time Lesotho won him. Big win was when they played Mother City back in the year 2000. Now he's offside without a doubt here. That's Matuna. No, against Mother City back in April 2000 when Paul Ntlanya scored 4 goals in that match. It's the biggest win Lesotho has ever had. And the biggest league defeat Lesotho lost to Kaizer Chiefs in 2012 in August. And also lost to African Wanderers back in 1998. That's Lesotho. Also in October 2023, they lost to Mamelodi Sundowns by 7 goals to 1. That's Lesotho. So this match would really help them redeem themselves. That is, Coach Atazwane. AmaZulu won just one of their last 10 away league games, and they drew 4 and lost 5. Now they are behind with a goal here, with 2 goals rather, because the one away win was in KZN. Kutumela to come off. Kutumela and Khatebe out. Coach Atazwane making changes. Bringing on fresh legs. No, there's a foul here coming from Bujana. That nudge. The shoulder push was very obvious and clear enough that he played the man and no intentions to play the ball that Bujana. Set piece is put in place here. Lesotho hoping to get something here. Next of Atini Makogolo introduced here. Set piece, good one. Tapeira with the punch here. Going long now. Oh, great movement from Hlangabeza in the center, heading into towards Ofori. Hlangabeza collects, looking for the runner. The left fullback of Lesotho was pushed too high too. That's how they move. It's coming from playing a set piece. Now good ball in the movement for Lesotho. Manjo's the man to be targeted with that pass, but not really that great with the pass too, coming from Khatebe. Well, AmaZulu back in 2020-21 season at this stage, they had played 6 games and won 1 and drew only 3 games. Back in 2021, Mahlambi is looking for an option here, wants to swing it all the way to Ditejan, and Ditejan says, cool it off a little bit. He's got the skill, this young man that is Mahlambi. Sometimes the blood rush to the head just affects him. Back then, they were coached by Coach Dlamini back in 2021. McCarthy, in the 2021-22 season, the position 7, having played 6 games, 1 win, and drew 4 games. That is Lesotho. So the highest they've ever been at this point in time, after 6 games, that is Lesotho, is position 2, and the lowest they've ever been is a 12, and they're coached by Coach Brandon Trute. Now here's a movement from the Newman, Tabete. He's going for goal. That's a Tabete. Which coach Franco back in 2024-25 season, they were position 11 just after 6 games. That's Lesotho. So they need to get themselves on a better one. Well, Lesotho have never won a game, have never won 3 games in a row under coach Arthur Zwane. So also one of the things to look at. Now the current winning run is against Chipa and Richards Bay in October, November. Cup records last season, Culling knockout by Stellies in the last 16, that is Lesotho. And Nedbank Camp knocked out by Marumo Kellens. So Lesotho. Richard Ofori, Velas is pressing. Now this tackle has a card coming out for Hlongwane. Ofori putting Hlongwane to danger here. Now say second yellow for Hlongwane, which makes it a red card for Hlongwane. Hence he was just fuming towards Richard Ofori, and how Richard Ofori put him to the danger here. Sianda Hlangabeza, second yellow card, and results into him getting a red card. That's Hlangabeza. There's the pass. Mahlambi's pace is always inviting players to go down as early as they can. He's not happy with himself for that Hlangabeza. Now Hlangabeza joins the likes of Sifio Nkwani. Now there's been 8 red cards this season, and for TS Galaxy it was Lintwe Mutaung, while Lesotho Rian Hanimub is the second player from Lesotho to get a red card, that is Hlangabeza. Just this season, 2 players of Lesotho have gotten a red card. Now, the man who invited the card for Hlangabeza is Richard Ofori. They won't be happy with each other, I'm sure, in the change room. However, it all gets resolved just after taking a shower. Matuna, Damane, standing just next to the ball here. Richard Ofori putting his line. A 6-man, indirectly so, a 6-man wall with just extend coming wide. Well, Hanimoop is moved from the wall to then Ngwenya joins into the wall here. Keegan Allen on the wall, Felix is on the wall, Teto's on the wall, Heights is in demand here. Is Matuna go for it? Matuna goes for it, Ofori spills. Can't really launch a long pass here. Man up front is all by himself. Has to delay his pass. Keegan Allen's opening wide. Allen with an intent to Makogolo. Now here's a chance for Makogolo. He's protesting for a handball in the box here. Flag is up. And a goal kick will be given here. The player that was pushed was rather Ndamane. Now here's a movement. Hanimub wins the ball here. Movement for Lesotho, hoping to get one here. Makolo's been brought down here. Tetwa is getting a yellow card. That's Mahlangu for that clumsy tackle. The referee is calling him to come closer, but Mahlangu's running away. Now Mkaka is Ren's race, and the man to come on is Zingota. He's more influential up front, that's Zingota. Well, it looks as though Velas will then become the number 10, or Matuna will be the number 10, and Velas and Bunjan will just double pivot and just make sure that there's no space exposed. And then Matuna will be the central attacking midfielder. Extien, good lift coming from there. Chance for Osutu to get one. Great pass from Extien. And let me tell you, very interesting equalizer too coming from Ongwenya. Unmarked Ongwenya beats Tape Era, was hoping to get a clean sheet in this match. Or Paul watching court TS Galaxy players. Coach Atazwan is positive that something can come out of this game. Good pass from Extien. Lands really well for Osu to man that's Ongwenya. And just goes down and cushions it towards goal here. Now TS Galaxy will be hoping that they create more moments. Zingo was the target man. Tabete. Fischer. Coach Atazwana not impressed with the player performance. That's Ngwenya. Bunjan. Fischer. Fischer looking for options. Matam is the option here for Fischer. Great movement from Fischer trying to make space. Extien. Tabete. Connecting touches. Ball is over the defense. Kigelanen might be exposed. Detejan hoping to keep the ball live here, but it gets away from him. Now yellow cards accumulated by TS Galaxy just this season as 15 and 2 red cards. Extend sends it wide. Hani Move is onside. Hani Move looking for Hani Move denied access. Yeah, bounces off Bunjana too. Oh, great movement from TS Galaxy, from Usutu. TS Galaxy under siege here. If they don't defend with all they have, might be a challenge for them. Zingota looking for Detejani. Detejani has got Matuna behind him. Another option to play Spande. Spande took his eyes off the ball and the ball just slides away from him. Detejan is being asked by Velas to be onside. Zingota to collect. First touch not of the greatest from Zingota. Velas has to move. Very risky too coming from Velas, pushing Extien. Hani move here. His right foot let him down, but Fischer's stretch off his left leg to block that Hani move attack. Feliz telling Hani move to go deep. The target man here is Fischer. Seems to be the weakest link here, identified by Usutu. Most of the balls are sent towards Fischer's side, and Fischer's putting in the shift here. Ngwenya. Can he keep it alive? 3 players surrounding him. Hani move with a turn here. Tabete is in the center. Extien comes closer. Good touch. Now Tabete chips it over. Chance for Ngwenya again. Great box entries. They're missing just one final touch with the box entries. It's a positive for Coach Athazwane. More ball played in the center. Athazwane says, lift your head up and send it far post. Tape Iro might be challenged with the technique. Matuna, Velase. Khurmane with a good touch. Oh, Matlambi might be offside here. So making the runs right on time, that's Matlambi. Ball is quickly played by Usutu. Just over 78 minutes of play here. Matuna receives it from Fischer. Matuna to Matlambi. It's been caught offside many times. That's Matlambi. Needs to time his run. Coach is fuming. Coach is not happy now. Bennett Parker's up on his feet too, calling for the defense to push up. Keegan Allen, the goal scorer Ngwenya. Ball is wide to Makokolo. Keegan Allen with a switch. Honeymoon against Fisher. Fisher is the winner here. Lands on Tape Era. Ball is live. Gonya needs to press. Tape Era delays picking the ball up here. Well, he's got the lead, so he'd want down the clock with anything that allows him to wind down the clock. That's Tape Era. Extend is pressing. Era sending it long. Tetra brings it back. Zangota needs to be more involved here. Mathambi's got hit with an elbow right on the neck by Hanimub. He's very good at putting his body in that Selulego Mathambi. And tonight, he's had a good game and a good day in the office too. That's Selulego Mathambi. Damane goes wide to Spande. Spande sends it to Tape Ira. Pressing him from Osu to also very impressive. Trying to win the ball forward most of the time here. Now, TS Galaxy to make changes. Klamini to be introduced. Keita. TS Galaxy Velase is coming off. And as well as Matuna, the players to be subbed out by Coach Adnan, Zwandile Dlamini, and Mori Keita are the players introduced here. Fresh legs for TS Galaxy. They're trying to just rest the two players next to Mlungi Simbunjana, and it's Velase and Matuna. There's been less of involvement from Mpuso Ditejan, is playing far wide. Great first touch from Selulego Matlambi, but the blood rush to the head every time he's got the ball in that position, struggles to take the players on, especially now that Hanimub has been winning most of the balls, forces the young man to launch the crosses from a distance, and they all turn out unsuccessful crosses coming from Matlambi. One of the things that he needs to master is mastered the technique of taking the players on with the runs, but crosses, something that's slightly lacking on the youngster. Now, if you count the number of own goals here, there have been 3 coming from Jerome Karose on Arrows, Keanu Cupido, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Morena from Orbit College. And now you add a Keegan Allen own goal here. Very interesting stats in terms of the own goals scored here. So I've seen 4 here. I've seen 4 of those own goals. Now the new man, Dlamini, has to keep his performance very cool, calm and collected. Mpuso Ditejan is one of the players you'd be adding on the hat-trick goal scorers in the past 5 seasons. He was on the 2025-26 season, current season, so he's the only goal scorer, hat-trick goal scorer this season. That's Mpuso Ditejan. Well, young man is making a movement. Oh, Makogolo is denied access by Ndamane. Mujan is gone wide. Ditenjane receives. Looking for options. Simande behind with the run here. Tejane receives again, looking for an option in the box here. Keita's in the box. Tejane looking for options. Tejane says up. Zingota. Mahlambi! He's got ideas for days, the young man. Wants to add on the 21 players that scored a brace this season. Wants to be the 22nd player. Great display of football coming from Mahlambi. Mbunjana, solid enough. Finds Dlamini. Ball is in the back. Ndamane looking for Zingota. The Tejane's roll this time around is just to keep Keegan Allen at bay. Spande. Dlamini. The Tejane with the touch. Zingota sets up a good pass here. Keita! Beautiful goal coming from Keita. Great passing coming from TS Galaxy. Beats Richard Ofori. And Keita makes it 3 for Siya Dumuza. It's all but joy for the Mpumalanga-based team out in Mpumalanga on Heritage Day, on the richest day of heritage in a province with rich heritage storyline. Now Zingota coming on also with rich performance and helped TS Galaxy get the 3rd goal in this match. Look at the combination play. Keita's on side. Ofori charged off, but couldn't do much. And he knew how to just pick the spots with that finish. That's Keita. Our coach of this one is traveled all the way from KZN to collect 3 goals here. Seems as though there was someone on the bench that got a card from TS Galaxy. As the bench of TS Galaxy might have been someone celebrating and going into the field here. TS Galaxy 3 and AmaZulu 1. Well, it's drizzling again, and it's just a blessing Siya Dumuza's performance. As things are looking good for Siya Dumuza. Oh, the band will be pleased with the and Ndamane. Dlamini. Oh, Dlamini slices it through. Ofori has to charge out. Mahlambi's got the pace here. He can meet it halfway. Honeymoon looking for the options. But AmaZulu considered 34 goals last season. The 2nd worst defense in the league. After now Keita looking for the Tejane. The Tejane is on side. Keita's unleashed a Puso de Tejane that we are familiar with. I'm not pleased with the performance coming from his players. Tabete. Now, well, it's pouring, not pouring, rather it's drizzling still. Heavy. Well, with the light, it looks as though it's heavy, but it's just playable drizzles so far and allows teams to play. If you check Coach Others on his shirts, it's a very dry. So players are not really affected by this. Zingota intercepts. Keita collects. TS Galaxy are going to keep the ball as long as they can now. They've got 7 minutes to wind down here. Movement for Phillies. Oh, he's on side. Tabete. Can he get the second goal here? Oh, beats his man, but the execution is disappointing. Coach Arthur Swane is very animated. Off his dugout and shouting to his players. That is Coach Arthur Swane. The decisions are made by the players in the final third. Bit questionable from Coach Arthur Swane. Now teams are making changes. Now the man that's getting his new player, that is Uamri from TS Galaxy from Paris, is introduced here as a man wearing jersey number 13 of TS Galaxy, is now getting his first minutes of the game here. Puso Litejan has had a good race. Molechi comes on. Oh, they had him sitting on the bench for too long, as the man wearing jersey number 13 is the target man for TS Galaxy. Daman is a performance. It's been great so far. Spande. Ball is sent wide from Spande. To Spande, that is. Daman makes the call here. Bunjana with the turn. Oh, the players are getting it. So Uneti gets a touch. Also just introduced to wind down the clock. 5 minutes remaining on the clock here. Keegan Allen pushing matters forward now, is pushing most of the time to try and help the team up front. Sutu made changes. TS Galaxy made changes. Tabe Ira is the man with the smile on his face. Tabete. Hanimub. Still Hanimub. Hanimub! Denied by Tabe Ira. Great idea from Hanimub. Now ball is played long, and the new man is Uamri Merdi from Paris. So introduced here by TS Galaxy, getting his first start of the Betway Premiership. Vitri Sur Seine, the player, the team that he comes from, 26 years of age. Good cross, sent into the box in this instance. Spande takes the ball wide. Now, there's a ball drilled into the box here. Phillies with the clearance. And Makogolo was the man to clear the ball here. Damane goes down. Spande with the contact. TS Galaxy will be delighted. They've got the lead here, got in the second win at home. That's TS Galaxy. Coach Bernard Parker is up on his feet. TS Galaxy is traveling to play Orlando Pirates. Escotinis Kamabinzela. That's their next match on the 28th. That is this coming Sunday for TS Galaxy facing Orlando Pirates, and then traveling to Makesi thereafter. Munjane looking for Zingota. Ofori reads the movement really well here. Honeymoon on the hunt. That is Honeymoon. Ball is still in the box of TS Galaxy. Osutu sends it back. That is Mtetwa. Fisher with the clearance. TS Galaxy, a win here will put them fourth on the log. Skukuna currently playing a draw against the Chipa United. Struggling to stretch the lead after Mamelodi Sundowns lost their match. Sundowns with 18 points and Skukuna with 20 points. If it ends with a draw between Skukuna and Chipa United, that is Polokwane City being clashed by Makesi. That's the derby in Polokwane. Well, Natal Rich Boys are leading Orbit College by a goal to nil here. Still 0-0 with the Durban City. So there's going to be a slight change on the log by the looks of things. Usutu with 11 points, 9th on the log after 7 games played. That is Usutu. 4 minutes of referee's additional time. Usutu's the next fixture as Kaizer Chiefs on the 27th. That is on Saturday, that is. Now Tape Ira risking it all, but is up on his feet. Tundamane. Dlamini came on to cool the pace of the game now. Ball is played to Makogolo. Wants to turn. Makogolo's pass not of the greatest. Tape Ira not happy. Keegan Allen sets a pass. He's moving forward now. The fresh legs. Could not really get the strike right. Well, the ball is still live on Osutu. Makogolo. Makogolo and Fisher having a 1v1. Coach Atazwana's next match, he'll be facing his former team, that is Kaizer Chiefs. So he's visiting his home turf, his former home where he coached the UDC and he coached the first team, that's Atazwana. Very interesting fixture between the two teams, both of them facing the Soweto Giants. Orlando Pirates on the 28th will be playing at TS Galaxy, and Osutu will be playing Kaizer Chiefs. A really tough battle between the two teams, Zingota and Keegan Allen. Omari is a touch, not of the greatest. Well, the final whistle has been blown between the two sides, and it all favors